Hi, I'm Bob from iManageAcademy.com. Going to talk about the best way to answer interview questions. So this has come from the angle of what we teach and talk to managers about when they're interviewing people, sort of the technique that we get them to use when they're asking questions. So this is going to give you a bit of an insight really. Now the key is this: we need to answer our questions asked with behaviours and not traits or characteristics. So what do I mean by that? So if somebody says, yes, I'm reliable to a question, that's a characteristic or a trait. What would be much better is to answer the question not by saying, yeah, I'm really reliable, but by saying, yeah, I've only missed one day of work in the last 3 years, which is a behavioural answer. So what we're looking to do is give the evidence that we are reliable, but without actually, we don't even have to say the word reliable. We have to give an instance, an example of when we have been reliable. So we're moving traits into behaviours. So here's another one. So somebody might say, well, talk to me about your communication skills. And, I might be tempted to answer that and say, yeah, I think I'm pretty good at communication. Well, that's a trait. That's a sort of a label or a stereotype sort of answer. What I've got to do is drive that to a behavioural answer. So rather than say, yeah, I think I'm pretty good at communication, I might answer it and say, actually, I take time every day to talk to each of my team members. And so what I've done there is, again, give an example of when I'm good at communicating, how I'm good at communicating. So this is a great thing to bear in mind. Whenever you're asked a question, avoid the trait type answer and head for an example of when you've done something. Now let's go a step further to help you, and I'm going to give you an acronym that will help you think through how you answer those questions in a little more detail. The acronym is around the word STAR, S-T-A-R. It stands for Situation, Task, Action, Result. So somebody asks you a question, what you need to do is talk about the situation when you had a situation, answer that question, the task you were carrying out, the action that you undertook, and the result of that action. Now, if you answer the question with that little STAR model in your head, you will be demonstrating real depth and breadth of experience in answering that question. So, situation, task, action, result. You don't need to take long over it. It could be under a minute going through that cycle. But the idea is that you are showing behavioral evidence, and also in that model is showing the result of your actions. So that's that's really cementing in the interviewer's mind that you have done that thing, you've got that experience, and you are somebody who's capable at that competence. So just use that framework to find your answers: situation, task, action, result. And head towards those examples, those behaviors, rather than just give traits as answers. Do that, and you'll really create a good impression during the course of the interview. If you haven't already, get over to iManageAcademy.com and join us there. There's a completely free access to the toolkit with loads of tools and lessons and insights and content. So come and join us, iManageAcademy.com, completely free. Come and do that. Follow us on Twitter at iManage. And of course, if you want more good content, then subscribe to our YouTube channel below.